heading into it now. We'll have to see what they decide to pick away or ban away. Frank has been a hot topic in terms of draft priority. The Gangplank and the Urgot, we expect to see them banned out again, and then either a Vayne or a Kai'Sa or something AD is kind of what we expect against Targon. But Frank,
we've typically seen him.
We've seen Frank pick a lot of different picks topside, more like the Ornn, the Smolder last week, and then the Pantheon in week 1. So 3 different picks in 3 different games.
Scion banned out.
Yep, against CGYM. That's one of his most played, most comfortable champions. I do expect him to play something tanky top, and so that could be an angle where they just ban out tank tops, force him onto something he's less comfortable with, and then try and utilize that top advantage that they expect Frankfurt to have.
Fizz ban coming out into potentially this is a flex ban, but probably targeted at our sexy in the jungle. We've seen him play it on stage and find a lot of power, but not able to close it out.
I think if you look all the way back, I forget which week it was, week 5 or 6 of the regular season, Fennel did play Fizz mid in that game.
But that would be a repeated
pick. It's a long time ago.
So it can't be that one.
Yeah.
Nocturne ban coming out against our sexy. He's definitely found a lot of success on Nocturne in the past, but I don't believe it's come out on stage here.
Yeah, no, nothing in the league, actually. And Nocturne, as of last year, it's been more than 365 days since Nocturne has picked up a win in the LCC. So we'll have to see if Nocturne able to get... Well, as I put my foot in my mouth, he definitely won't be getting a win tonight. Banned off.
Confirmed.
Yep. All right, Nasus selected here, first pick, and this is a pick that's pretty exploitable. I think you can take advantage of the Nasus.
It's not just quiet, it's playing on the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
Okay, because it was just quiet.
All right, Smolder and Nami selected here for Targon. And the Smolder now is a flex. Could go top, could go bot. Don't know if it's going to be piloted by Agateo or if it will be picked up by Frank in the top lane. I don't know. Did you like the Smolder top last week?
I think he piloted it just fine, but I don't think it fits with what I'm looking at when I see this lineup. It's Frank in the top side really holding down the entirety of their early game to a certain extent with his powerful lane phase. And when you throw him on Smolder, he's going to do nothing until the late game, even though he's going to be strong in the late game. And so I think it's a big gamble if you're just saying, hey, Frank, you put on a scaler and you're going to be the late game insurance. He's also kind of your early game insurance in most of the games we've seen so far.
Yeah, absolutely. The Nami here would pair well with it, but also they could put something else bot side. Agateo, I don't think of Smolder and Agateo as a match made in heaven, at least historically. But we could see that pivot happen here.
Yeah, we've seen him with a high priority on Corki so far.
Ornn Smolder, very heavy scaling here, and that's almost certainly an Ornn top and a Smolder bot now.
That's a killer late game with the Ornn Smolder combo. Just throwing items out onto everybody. Is Nami still strong right now? She was strong at the start of the season.
Yeah, she's okay. in a pretty good spot. Of course, the Shen here, this is a flex Shen. Could go jungle, could go support.
Nasus as well also could be flexed to the jungle.
I really don't expect that. I think
we got our sexy. It definitely could be a Nasus jungle, but I would expect, as we saw previous weeks, CGYM most likely picking this Nasus there.
So we need to round
maybe it's
out
River
some of these team comps.
I
mean, mid lanes. I'm kind of expecting mid laners to be targeted here with the remainder of the bans. We do see Clone and Fennel. Both of them have eclectic mid lane champion pools.
Yep.
They're kind of willing to pick anything, but they don't always perform to the same bar on everything. So if you can snipe out kind of your opponent's one or two that maybe you don't know the matchups or you're more afraid of. I'm wrong, actually. This is Minty. My brain just completely blanked.
You're a fool. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're always better than me on remembering their names and what everybody has done. So it's fine if you have a hiccup every now and then.
Thrashman. So they really don't think that this is going to be Chestnut playing Shen, even though we've seen him play Shen. He played Shen in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. And he does not miss. So those taunts are rolling through. You mentioned the Shen ults up to the top. Stand united with my Nasus on the top side. Island stranded no longer. Trundle ban coming across from the Bucks, and we will have a follow-up with a Rammus ban. Almost missed that one there. And we have all 5 bans coming through. Seraphine, Thresh, 2 supports targeted onto Chestnut. Don't want this Thresh hook coming out.
Yeah, afraid.
Which I believe in the Discord there was a shout out for the Thresh hook going to be targeting Hope. So will we see? We won't see a hook. So yeah. Who's really the scared one here?
Skarner picked up here for Dragon, I believe.
Most likely.
So Warren Skarner, they've got their front line. They need some more damage though. Minty's gonna have to play, either the Lux.
Opportunity to counterpick. Lux is up. I like that idea.
Yeah, good show here.
And Zen, a third bruiser hovered now.
I think that is the team style, the way that Bandle City is kind of forming into. They're a scrappy team. They
want to take skirmishes.
Yes, but I think that the LCC. Look at this composition on the right. Ornn, Skarner, Smolder. They want a team fight.
Terrifying 5v5.
And it's very difficult to pick a skirmish comp into that team fight comp. And so we're going to see the battle of the 2 different styles here play out live in front of us. But
we've seen the difficulties on stage for the Bucks trying to play the push and pull and finding that they've committed to a fight that the enemy team is bringing all 5 to when they don't have everybody there. And you can get impact on the other side of the map, but you have to be aware that, okay, we can't full commit to this. We need to tease them and pull back.
Yeah, so I think if Bandle City can fracture the game, then they'll be successful here. And we'll have to see what the mid pick into Swain is for Minty. But really, if they're able to play together and play as a unit, I think Targon has the superior team fight comp.
Ooh, and Brand, a pick close to my heart, coming out for Minty Gun.
Brand and Skarner pair really well together.
So and the Ornn knockup, the wave.
All of it.
This is a terrifying, Mom into wave into Call the Forge God with the Pyroclasm is a terrifying combination, which can also be further empowered by Nami's, Tidecaller's Blessing? So we do have our lineups. Shen will be going for Chestnut in the bot side, and the Swain. Man, staying united on a Swain is terrifying.
And I think that Bandle City does have some okay answers, right?
There are real angles for both teams here, but
Swain
it's definitely not as simple.
Pretty much never group, be permanently in the side lanes, and then Shen can show up anywhere, Xin Zhao can get over there quickly, and Caitlin's got an ultimate.
And this is season
so they can overload any side.
Yeah. Which we've seen that's how Bucks wants to play, and this season rewards you for a lot of side laning. And it's nice to see Hope on Caitlyn, one of his most successful picks in the LCC so far. And we are in game. Okay, everybody breathe. We're in game. Don't let it in, or don't let us fall out of game. Everybody's moving. I feel good.
Dragon is not moving. No items.
Dragon buy items. Frank, not buying items. It's crazy. All right, Dragon has reconnected, but we're before 30 seconds. He's bought an item. We're good. We're good.
Okay, I think we're here.
Let me drop this over here.
Okay.
And just move this out of the way.
All right, so we saw Frank do this last time with the refillable pot.
Yeah, playing greedy and skipping his Dorans, and when you're playing it with Nasus, I think this makes sense, trying to play for your, if you can just skip that early item.
That is well. Really quickly, we've seen Targon, their jungler, has cleared their 1/4 of the jungle and then immediately ganked bot in 3 of their 3 games so far. So we'll have to pay attention to Dragon if he does the same pattern again, where he clears his bot side into an immediate gank. We'll definitely paying attention to that. Junglers starting on opposite sides of the map here, both starting their blue buff.
It feels tough to get back into it. As we say, Chestnut jumping forward, missing the taunt, but immediately pulling out. Not going to give too many trades over to Agateo, but does give him 1 stack. We'll have to keep an eye on the stacks as we move through the game on Nasus and Smolder. It feels like those tend to pair together in our games, even when they're not on the same team. It's kind of funny.
Stack champions definitely line up.
Yeah,
there are more.
Moving out of the first quadrant, and I will say, Skarner moving towards Wolves after Gromp instead of Gromp after Wolves tells me he should be moving to the other quadrants and continue his full clear, but it doesn't tell us for sure.
Yeah, this is one of the first times that Agateo and Ragnar have been pushed in on the bot side, not taking advantage of that double range.
I think playing against Caitlyn
in the pregame.
Yeah. It's a double range, but I think against Caitlyn and Shen, you don't want to be caught out on the far lane. I think if you can keep getting your Smolder stacks, you're happy.
Alright, looks early pushes here,
does
and it
come in.
is the immediate gank. The taunt in, and Dragon is going to take advantage. A flash out from Chestnut means that Oregon and Dragon are on the wrong side of this fight. Agateo getting a bit of damage forward, but again, that's 4 for 4 now that the jungler from Targon has ganked bot after a single side clear.
Yeah, we called it out, and it comes through. So that's going to put him slightly behind. We have our Sexy on the other side. He is clearing opposite to Dragon, so there's no opportunity for him to go over and steal some jungle. But we may see some aggression onto the double scuttle if Dragon commits to the full clear.
And he's already got a huge advantage in farm here.
Yeah,
two camps up.
advantage.
So Fennel and Minty, kind of battling it out mid here. A bit more, Minty favored.
Yeah, nice trade we saw as we after that gank, skipping up to the mid lane, full passive proc, so Minty landing three spells onto Fennel, dropping Swain a little bit low, but not a huge advantage to speak of.
All right, and it's a cold buy for Hope down here in bot lane, which is
Looking for the long game.
something that we've seen a lot of, but I'm not sure on Caitlyn it's the right item to purchase. I feel like it doesn't help you
Pressure,
dominate
control
that early portion of lane phase.
Maybe he's feeling like no matter what he's going to do, it's not going to be that big of an advantage or lane state difference. So our Sexy, we immediately walk
Clearly,
just barely
yeah.
dodging the Pillar of Flame, but clearly going for the double scuttle, knowing that Dragon is either going to be at the scuttle to fight him, or he's going to be finishing his camps. Not seeing Dragon, he knows where he is now. Dragon should be finishing his clear.
That will tell bot lane though, Hope and Chestnut. It gives them some information. Agateo and Reganin able to know that they're not going to get dove here, and the reset comes in after the double scuttle. So Dragon now out on the map. Have to see what the move is going forward.
Yeah, we've got early vision down in the bot side, so should be able to spot out this potential return gank from Dragon.
I think both these teams are pretty happy to just farm it out so far. Neither one of them really dominating games in the LCC so far. So maybe wanting to get into a little bit more team play here tonight and actually, get the game developed before we go for big plays.
We mentioned that ping's down on bottom. Dragon is
Chestnut
moving over
taunt out
through the lane.
just
He's
missed.
not on vision, but Chestnut could be pushed too far forward
The bubble
here.
lands though. Dragon is here, but might just be a little bit too late. Agateo no longer has the flap. Here comes the engage from Dragon, but no wall to dash through, and Hope will land that 90 caliber net and just get away. So they do waste some more jungler time, and our Sexy back to the full clear. Again, pushing ahead with the tempo advantage straight onto his Raptors here, already up 12.
Yep, just saying, okay, my lanes are doing fine. I'm gonna keep my farm up, make sure I'm strong when I need to be strong. One level advantage up on the board already. As Targon Dragon gets back to his lane. We got ultimate coming out from CGYM trying to aggress forward on a Frank. Call of the Forge God, sends him forward. R2 will land. CGYM low mana. Could commit to this fight, but it looks like Frank's got him dead to rights.
100
HP.
I don't think
Frank
there's
looking for the
enough
push.
damage. But he's going to take multiple tower shots, though, almost going down. There's a dive bot side as Reganin and Agateo will survive. Neither one of them having to actually burn summoner spells there.
Okay, we need to go back to top lane. Sorry, bot lane. I know a gank just happened, but nothing's going to come of it. We need to find out what happens at the end here, but it looks like Frankfurt's going to shove in the lane and find that reset for himself.
Yeah, too long mana to make big plays there.
Going for an early Bramble Vest to cut the cut that lifesteal passive out of Nasus.
Yeah, I think it looks like pretty big advantage here for Zin in terms of optimization. I don't think Skarner's back yet.
He has not.
6 minutes in, so
He's finishing his second full clear now. He needs to reset.
Never
and then
from
come back
Fennel
up.
will land level 6 here. It does go all in. And Minty is going to try and land some damage back with a Power Clasm. Is the burn enough? Fennel burning low, but the Wind Becomes Lightning does land. And they trade out. It's a 1-for-1, so it was a First Blood solo kill for Minty. Followed up by the counter kill from our Sexy. You just can't, you can just see on the minimap here, he's coming up from bot lane.
Yeah, just a full all-in from both. Pyroclasm bouncing. Damage coming through.
Burn.
Flash forward out of our Sexy. Not quite far enough to get over the wall, and Minty will fall. But Fennel and Minty, both mid laners dropping on the play. First blood going over to Minty, I believe.
Mm-hmm. 1-for-1.
Not too mad about it.
Evens things out.
Chestnut on the roam up as well. So Hope's going to finish pushing in bot on his own as Oreganon moves to match. 1-1 on the scoreboard, but it is at that roughly 1,000 gold lead over to BCB.
Yeah, teleport out from Fennel as soon as the recall comes up, and it's a gank topside. So flash out, taunt now here, down onto Oreganon, and they burst with the damage hit there on the reset. Massive amount of damage coming out. Fennel picks up one, and this is going to be Bandle City's Dragon.
Yep, we see Dragon for the Targon side in the top lane, and that's definitely going to give over the pressure to BCB. They know, hey, we can go ahead and finish this, and especially after they pop Oreganon with so much burst damage, just going to be happy to pick that one up. 2-1 on the board. Dragon take as well.
Yep, things are starting to go the way of Bandle City. You can see they're pretty happy to skirmish here. And R-Sexy is going to start to invade here, try and find some advantages. Chestnut backing him up. The taunt is there to follow it up. Does hit level 6 here, only a level 5 on the Skarner. And it's a nice find there as they rumble, battle it out on blue buff. Meanwhile, Minty on the roam here. Bubble will land, but a nice dash forward. As
Pyroclasm out, but no bounties.
Damage. Followed up by the Nether Root. The damage across from Hope would have been there to secure it, so the overkill there, and they find another. As Minty tried to save a losing play and gets himself killed as a result.
I think potentially a hesitation or a little too early on the Pyroclasm, depending on how you want to look at it. But a Call of the Forge God coming out, wanting to finish off CGYM. Frankward's got a huge health advantage, definitely should be able to win this duel, but will CGYM be able to use that Fleet Forward and escape? Dashing forward, has the Wither, one more auto attack to find the Brittle, and chases for it, and Frankward will turn around and give him the smack for his solo bolo.
Big, huge solo play there from Frank in order to get his team back on the board. I think very important in terms of momentum here. His team was in jeopardy of getting a little bit too far behind there.
Staunching the bleeding.
Big play indeed. Meanwhile, Agateo and Oreganon evening things out down here. Actually 5 CS up now in this lane, so
we've got first completed items coming through for R-Sexy and Fennel. We've got the Sundered Sky and Malignance, and so they will be in a powerful spot if they want to take the fight topside for this this Herald spawn, or these Grub spawn.
Yeah, I don't expect. I'm not sure what Skarner is building with Sheen. I'm not expecting him to be much more than a frontline tank in this game.
Could be a Frozen Fist. Curious. Fennel, nice ward for vision onto Raptors, but we've got Dragon on Skarner, so could always just be an entrance from the backside of the pit. But right now, R-Sexy taking the grubs with no contest.
Yeah, and I think this is smart.
Vision is denied, but they should have an idea that he is here.
Well, it's early in the game while he still guarantees that it's going to be skirmishes instead of team fights, and that is what Bandle City excels at. So as long as he can guarantee that it's going to be a skirmish and not an all-out 5v5, you know, he wants to go there. So early Dragons, early objectives, definitely good to take. Yeah, just pointing out here, 165 stacks on the Nasus. So at what point can Targon feel comfortable about team fighting? Do they need to wait for items?
I think really they're waiting for items, especially at the moment. There are just a complete item tier disparity between the two sides, and I think you're really waiting for some of these Smolder breakpoints. And until then, Smolder is not going to be a huge presence. You're going to get some damage out of team fights, but Minty Bun is going to be... Excuse me. Minty Bun is going to be the backbone of your damage with that Pyroclasm and Conflagration coming out to stat those passive procs bouncing around. But I think it's got to come through a little more effectively than we saw in some of those skirmishes. I want to see that 5v5, and so maybe we're just going to wait till 3 items, but we definitely can't, we don't want to be giving away all these dragons.
We see Frank, this is pretty masterful positioning up here, punishing the range of the Nasus.
Yeah, keeping that CS lead. You don't want to be shoving an Nasus down into his tower. You want to be trying to pull him to hit your side, make him feel the hurt.
And he's going to have a solo kill angle here. CGYM potentially in some trouble. Backing off, though. Does have the ultimate, so playing with fire a little bit. But Frankfurt more than happy to oblige what that means as the ultimate comes through. Call the Forge God, and it is another solo. Bolo in the top side as the CC chain meant that CGYM just could not get the ultimate off, even if he wanted to.
I mean, I think it might be one of the most clear-cut cases of overgreed that we've ever seen. He just stands there, no HP, and walks up, tries to get the last hit stacks on the cannon, and he dies for it pretty directly.
Yep. Definitely punished by superior play there. Frank Ward taking advantage here. in this matchup and in this lane. Now up several gold, several farm, about to be up an item.
Yep, we see a reflection of the same CS advantage in the opposite direction for our Sexy over Dragon in the jungle. We've mentioned it since that first quadrant. He's going to be ahead as long as he continues this efficient pathing. Targon's Dragon is just going to be stuck behind. The camps don't respawn faster. You're just going to have to sit there, and there is catch-up experience, but it's not going to take effect
so
drastically.
Essence Reaver built here. We do see some items coming in. Minty not yet on an item in mid lane, but this next dragon about to spawn, it is Infernal, and we could see this could be a good opportunity to team fight. 2 levels up here, Frank, over CGYM. Really starting to put the hurt on in this lane as the rest of Bandle City is primed and ready to go. Really just CGYM fully on an island here, top lane, into Frank, and Frank taking advantage. Our Sexy going to dive in onto Minty. Minty with a flash out, and we do see the escape away as Bandle City will now turn their attention here onto the second dragon of the game. I don't think they want to take this fight unless Frank is willing to teleport down, and there's no Call of the Forge God available for Ornn. He's winning his lane so hard, I think that they should just sack this lane, but the rest of Targon is all here. Nice traps here from Hope. Oregon is going to step on one. Swain spotting out some damage. They're blast coning over. They're all in, but the smite is already gone. It's a double impale landed, but immediately forced out as Dragon is now on the wrong side, separated from his team, and he will go down. Frank, meanwhile, on the top side, finding the solo kill, but we turn back to the team fight, and Minty steps onto a trap. Hope getting some additional damage off. It's a triple kill for Fennel as they clean up the fight, and Bandle City sweeps the dragon fight. They pick up the dragon and 3.
Yep, they set up their vision, they set up their control, and there was a nice effort from Targon to move in synced. He threw that blast pant over the wall, but at the end of the day, BCB just run away with the team fight, and they're going to be looking for more here. Our Sexy and Hope trying for a dive on the bot lane. Agateo, our kill leader. No, he's got to drop so fast.
Oh,
they're staying united down onto our Sexy. It's going to make sure he's protected, but really not necessary. A teleport to mash for Frankward. So that's a nice pull to get out for them. Frankward's not going to be in much danger, but he is going to be wishing he had that teleport back.
That was going to hurt. I really think Targon should have just walked away from that team fight instead of taking it. I think they could have just given the dragon.
And tried to wait for a later timing.
I mean, he got the solo kill top. That was the trade. But instead, giving up so much and the dragon.
Behind on item tiers is rough to be jiving in with him. Agateo just picking up the Essence Reaver after the death.
I mean, Fennel up to 4, 1, and 2 here on the Swain, looking great. And yeah, good call out. We do have a change of lane assignment with a teleport bot. Does mean that Smoller heads topside here into CGYM. Continue stacking up. Now both the stackers in the game in the same lane.
Roughly 2,000 gold lead for mid and jungle across BCB. Almost 1,300 gold in the bot lane for the marksman. And BCB are definitely in the driver's seat of this game.
Yeah, I think anywhere that Frank goes, it is still pretty big advantage for Targon, but
Frank on that Ornn is going to be one to watch out for.
Kings are topside here for Bandle City. They're looking to make a play here, but it is just going to be onto the Herald as Targon not really in a position to do anything about it. Teleport down from Frank. It's really his best chance here is to try and find a solo kill on the Swain, but Swain, nice and fed, is going to try and find
working at bot lane. I don't want to look at them. We'll lock in on our Sexy. Minty trying for a little pick out, but Chestnut's looking for the rundown.
Too greedy.
Flash forward,
Flash
finds the taunt.
Yeah, and that's a simple pick there. Doesn't miss from that range. Chestnut finds another for his team, and it's 9-4 on the board.
Yep, nicely done. Maquette's popping over to check out the trade bot lane. Unfortunately, top laners like Ornn constantly want to steal the directed camera's attention. Me. But we'll lock in and get to see the play finish. Fennel trading back and forth, going to be finding some of those stacks for the Swain. More max HP, and a first tower drops for BCB.
Yeah, they use the Herald instantly, and I think that's a fine play. They get the gold out of it.
Taking that mid tower is impactful. It really opens you up. Fennel finding a lot more success in this bot lane. Not to say that it wasn't working out in the mid lane, but especially compared to CGYM up against this Ornn, a lot of power. Of course, a lot of armor stacking for Frankward playing to the Nasus, and will be able to scale up to add some match resist, but really good pressure from Fennel in the side lane so far. I say that, but Call of the Forge God.
The ultimate out from Fennel to try and trade back. They do have damage there from Minty. It's a 1-for-1 Frank would have loved to have lived that one out, but Fennell did a great job to at least trade one back. 5 kills now on the side of Swain.
Got 300 stacks down on Nasus. Oh, we missed it. Our Sexy down onto Minty Bun finds the cleanup, so it will be a 2 for 2 at the end of the day. Dragon said, I like my chances against this Nasus top. He's down 2 levels, but he's got a red buff and a dream.
Man, that's just classic LCC play, though. Make a good play, overstay.
Yeah, 123 stacks on our Smolder, 17 minutes in the game. We got 2 dragons over the Bucks. This is the most dominant position we've seen the Bucks in this season, I believe. At least in terms of just, they're finding skirmishes, and the skirmishes are going their way. We saw a pick come out in the bot side, and we mentioned that these side laners need to play safe. Even just one death can really ruin the momentum for BCB's split lane setup with this double strong side laners. But it looks like it's going to be okay, because that was immediately recovered by our Sexy, and this is kind of a lull state anyway. There's no objective to go for immediately. I say that 30 seconds to our next dragon.
Yeah, our Sexy is putting on a performance here that actually buys his players, buys his teammates a little bit of mistake forgiveness, right?
He's keeping his high farm efficiency
so far ahead,
rotating well.
So punishing that really wherever he goes should be pretty successful. They spot out a dragon, but where's the rest of Targon? Oregon in here, trying to find something. Our Sexy going to find the engage here, right in, down onto Oregon. Oregon with a nice flash out, though, does get away. Impale is used there. It's now on cooldown as teleports in from both.
5 here from Targon. We have CGYM with no mana topside. He needs to go for a full reset and teleport if he wants to help. And it looks like BCB say we don't want to play without a numbers advantage. We've already got 2 dragons. We can afford to give this one up, and they're going to pull back. Our Sexy may be looking for a steal over the wall here. Does he have any vision?
He's got flash. He could flash out, but
he's got no vision.
Yeah, and I think that's the wise play.
So BCB played it safe. We mentioned Targon last round. Maybe should have played it safe. So we can check on the stacks. Smolder 133. We got 366 on CGYM. So they're saying CGYM needs some time to scale up. We don't have that first item Triforce yet. We don't need those stacks. This is going to give him a chance to absorb some waves for free, pick up a tower, and so really this is going to stabilize their Nasus position quite a bit.
It's good for the Nasus, but it's bad for the rest of the team, and I think that...
Also, their dragon stacking WinCon is now 5 minutes later.
Yeah, well, I think that for the Ornn and Smolder team, I think the fact that they're able to get that dragon and get on the board and stop the others... yeah, so I think that is a big win for Targon in terms of macro. Gets away again. Our Sexy with another nice find, forcing a lot of flashes, getting a lot of kills.
And he may be looking
on this
for more.
Zen. Definitely looking better on the Zen than
hard dive in. Wind becomes lightning on the Minty Bun. Will dive through. Fennell tanking the tower, so our Sexy can just move out. This is going to be a free kill into a tower.
Good committed play. Really good committed play from the two of them to team up there and punish Minty under tower. And there's nothing that Targon's in position to take advantage of on the other side of the map. So this is just a free pick there. They used their tempo and their momentum. They lost that dragon, but they find the turret. They find the kill on the back side of it. And Minty, now 6 deaths, needs to find a way to stop dying. Just frankly, you got, if you want to win the game, stop dying.
It's a lot of danger for Brand when you have your flash down, but this even now, our Sexy waiting for that lane gank, blows the flash, and then just immediately walks around for a redive. CGYM under threat.
Yep, I like this play here. They're going for something. Impale here, down onto CGYM, but they don't layer the CC successfully. And the rest of them are here now. And this is going to be a big turnaround as Smolder is not on the way. They're using the Nami wave to try and get out. Our Sexy, when Become Lightning, dashing forward, teleport in from Minty. And this is going to scale into a full fight. Call the Forge out here for Frank, but it will get interrupted as Chestnut with a beautiful find. Chestnut very low. Mom comes through, and Mom comes to the rescue as Vandal City now has to turn a 3-man Never Root, but Tar Dragon diving forward out of the backline. Our Sexy finding the majority as Dragon dies in the front. Our Sexy cut down early. What can Agateo and Frank do? Agateo burning down, about to drop. The health bars flashing red for either team. Hope there finds Minty in the Fnatic brush. It's going to be a 2 for 2 at the end of that one as the back and forth from these two teams.
I'm still waiting with bated breath for another one to come out. And a nice Peacemaker will have it happen. Frank, we're trying to defend his tower. He's been so successful up there holding his line all game long. But the Peacemaker trap headshot will take 2. And now a tower to follow as BCB breaks this game open.
man, that play really was dead and out, and they walked back in, and Hope made him pay there with the...
That was the Stand United as well, though. Chestnut with the Stand United in, really buying CGYM time, and then R-Sexy with the aggressive flash forward. He says, I'm strong and I know it. Flashes forward, will find his first death of the match, but he's been having a standout performance for his game on team today.
For sure, a lot
and it feels like everything that BCB usually does, these skirmish-focused engages, trying to play for these side lanes, is just working out for them today.
Yeah, a lot of Bandle City having their best games of the season so far. And, you know, sometimes that's what it takes to get your first win on the board, right?
Yeah, and you can really just turn everything
Straight
around when you find that first win. And, yeah, we're
pretty early.
Baron.
We're pretty early on. This could be a throw.
Definitely known from Targon. And there's 2 from Targon on the bot side of the map. I don't know if they spotted Dragon out or if they just said, we're strong enough, we're going to take it.
Yeah, or not teleporting in instantly. It means that they might just give this.
They're definitely just giving it away. BCB find a nice opening and they pick up a Dragon or a Baron 22 minutes into the game. We've got 1 minute left on our Dragon, so it's going to be a potentially 3rd Dragon to bring them to Soul Point for bucks. And Targon are floundering. They're going to be looking for a way to stall this game out. And how many stacks do we have for Agateo? 181. So what we need, like 45 more stacks roughly. So they need to find at least like 5 or 6 more minutes. They're going to have to make sure they can get to this next Dragon and
if they can
test there with the Smolder execute.
If they can stall this out without their base getting cracked open, then they still have a way in. But I really do think that if they're able to crack this base open here with this Baron, Bandle City is set up.
CGYM is hitting that break point. He's only at 2 items, but we're at 489 stacks, and Frankfurt is no longer able to just bully him out.
Yeah, I swung the level advantage back. It was 2 level advantage for Frank in the early game, and it's now a level advantage for CGYM after all the grouping has left Frank behind on that curve. Meanwhile, pings down onto the Dragon. It is the 4th Dragon of the game spawned, and Bandle City directly onto it. This is how they're using their Baron buff, keep in mind. So they're currently not in lane, pushing down their lanes.
Teleport through from Frankfurt. They want to contest this Dragon. They say CGYM is up in this top side.
Onto Baron.
Decisive
R-Sexy the only one there. The smite is secured though already. Will he be able to get out? They are just going to all in, and R-Sexy very low does make it onto the back, but so quickly he will drop.
So this is a teleport out of Frankfurt to find 1, and he's giving up priority to CGYM to push his own tower. Let's check in how he's doing there. 1 plate, 2 plate. Oh,
I mean, this should be the whole tower. Yeah.
He's not even going to have to drop the ulti as CGYM just powers his way through that that inhib. And Minty here, 3 are surrounding CGYM. There's no backup nearby, but they definitely could come to look for a collapse.
It's a flash in onto Minty. The flash out from the Brand himself. Agateo now trying to chop down as the stun does come through. This should be the kill over as it goes over to Brand. Nice to get Brand some gold on the board here. And the rest of Bandle City pushing in mid, but that's now 2 of their Baron gone. Can they collect anything else? I don't know. They didn't take the inhib. Do you count that as cracking open the base?
It's definitely cracking open the base. It gives you opportunity to be able to engage there, and the inhibitor doesn't stop you from doing that. The inhib's function is really just that macro level play to give you pressure as far as the creep waves go. It gives you that pressure and vision control. And this Baron...
in my eyes, maybe the shell is broken, but the yolk's still intact, all right?
Fair enough, fair enough. They haven't dropped the albumin out of the egg yet. But we've got our teams both looking for a reset. The Baron has fallen off. It's going to purchase them a 2 towers and a Baron. A little bit of pressure down on the bot side, or sorry, a Dragon for the cost of their Baron. Building the Frozen Heart for Nasus up top. Said we definitely got enough stacks and just building tank stats.
It's a very impactful 0-4-3 Nasus in this game. You know, has definitely found a way to find impact after having a pretty rough lane phase here. Has come back in farm and come back in momentum.
And I think that's exactly how this draft was designed. It's CGYM. We're not sure. You're into Frank. That's a tough matchup. We're going to give you Nasus, and no matter what, you're going to be helpful to us in the late game. Checking in our stacks for Smolder, 222. So we are hitting this execution.
Should hit on this wave right here. And I will say, you know, if there is one person in the league that you want to put the game in their hands, Agateo is probably that person. A lot of pressure here on the Smolder to perform here. But late game Smolder, that's what this champion is made for. 3 kills already, 3 items. He's got his ornament completed. and that he just needs his team to set up the team fights for him so he can knock him down as they come to him. Meanwhile, a big gold lead here, about 10k up as Dragon getting caught out again. When become lightning from our sexy. The mom called in for backup, but the never root makes sure that the Dragon does not move.
Good flash away will keep them standing. But yeah, the fight's just over before they can really get started. Agateo needs time to be able to deal out this damage. Minty and Agateo are the backbone of the damage. Dragon building full tank, but I'm really not sure about the Frozen Fist start on this corner. Somebody get Aztec in the chat. Tell us what the modern strong build is at the moment.
Great job to find a flash out of Hope there. Kind of
nicely done.
In a nothing play, able to get a summoner spell off of essential characters.
So. I see a gank pressure on our sexy here on the side lane. But all the cards are in BCB's hands. Roughly 10,000 gold up, really just a smidgen away from it. And we're 27 minutes in the game. They're on soul point, looking to end. Agateo is the way back into this for Targon. CGYM just walking up to the backdoor protected tower, throwing a Q down just for funsies. He says, I know I can heal it back up. We saw earlier as well, he's changed the way he's even trying to fight against Horn in these late game side lanes. He's not even going for autos because he doesn't want to trigger the Thornmail Grievous Wounds. And so he can just keep his passive up because Horn just can't put out enough damage to stop him anymore.
30 seconds here on the next Baron, and I do think Bandle City, we should see a big fight here, but it's a big gold advantage for Bandle City as Dragon potentially getting caught out before it even starts. Neverroot here down onto Skarner, but Mom is going to be called in to try and back up, but it's a flash taunt in, and they stop Agateo from getting away. The bubble is there at just the right time, but that crit damage from Caitlyn does mean that Agateo will drop and the fight is over before it has begun. Bandle City will turn to the Baron and collect a free second Baron of the game.
You know what we like to say about Chestnut? Does not miss. Finds the right target on Agateo, and that's going to be Baron for his team, and could be the game secure on the back of that Shen point.
Yeah, decisive plays there. I mean, flashing forward from 3 different members on Bandle City in order to secure that kill. And, I mean, look at
everybody backing away from the Baron before it's even finished, making Josh, our sexy, finish it off for himself. As this Dragon spawns, we're going to immediately rotate over there. This is Dragon Soul. There's double the kills for BCB as we move over into this area.
Agateo up in right now, coming up onto the map. No teleport, of course, on Smolder, but might be able to flap his way over here into this team fight. This would be Dragon Soul for the Buckaroos as Frank and Targon prepare to take on the team, but so quickly the Bandle City just burns it down.
Yeah, Agateo coming out of base. They know that they can't fight it without Agateo on the Smolder. We've got how many stacks now? 666 stacks, so fortuitous time to check in on CGYM. And Agateo sitting at 266 on the Smolder. And really, that one pick is Dragon Soul plus Baron.
R60 finds the one become lightning onto Minty, backsteps on that bubble there just to get away. As the Aqua Prism will miss. Call the Forge got in onto, finds 3, a nice little find here. Agateo needs to find more damage here, and they will find one as Chestnut will drop. The Guardian Angel from our sexy is procced here. Counter damage comes out. It's a double kill. This is going the way of Targon. A nice pull in as Dragon brings CGYM, but he brought Nasus straight into the back line. Nasus deletes Agateo, and down goes Frank. It's a 2 for 3 as 2 quick kills in succession are found in Bandle City, still with Baron, only with 2 members, but wins that fight, and they keep pushing in. Yeah, that was a crazy decision to bring in Nasus straight onto the Smolder.
Yeah, a little bit of perhaps just panic trying to... He did pull him into the tower, but Smolder has to be your priority at all points. They've got a chance to heal. Dragon wants hope. It's so close. Oh, but the tower will finish it off. Oh. Dragon goes down. Caitlyn goes down, Fennel goes down, and BCB drop. Targon stand to fight another game.
Yeah, that's, I mean, for the fact that...
Switch over the gold totals, everybody can get a chance. How did these, these shutdowns shake out? There was, I believe, 1,100 or 1,000 gold down on Dragon for that one pickup onto Hope. It's his first death of the game, so a huge takedown there. I'm still kind of stuck on the Frozen Fist. It's a classic Skarner item, but I'm not sure about it as a first item. It lets you buy that sheen, but I don't know. We'll have to see what people have to say about that. BCB, I don't mind looking for the push, looking for the pressure, but perhaps just biting off a bit more than they can chew. But I totally believe. No, I think they still do. They're 9,000 gold ahead. They've got this Dragon Soul. 3 minutes to Elder. I don't hate that they push for it all.
And worst case scenario, they got 2 inhibs and a Nexus tower. So they're sieging here for another tower. Their next play is probably in 3 minutes. I'm not sure if they're going to find a siege down onto this Nexus tower in the next 3 minutes. So I think the next play is their Baron. But they're so good at skirmishing. We mentioned it all the time, how good a skirmish comp they have.
I'm going to toggle our vision, and we can see that right now it's terrifying for Targon. They've got no idea. And then as 2 pop up, they should know that this bottom jungle is very dangerous for them. Just watching to see how they can try to manage to find some gold as BCB reveals themselves to be pressuring the spot side.
Nice Neverroot finds some chip damage. And Wave is going to be forced out here. That's a big ultimate, big disengage
low,
play.
and there is no healing support on the side of BCB, so really just the summoner heal available for Chestnut in addition to the Stand United to keep his 80 carry standing. And really that's a dangerous spot to be in with this Mom, this late game Agateo. He can easily poke Hope out and find that kill.
Yeah, so plus the burn from Brand as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just those bounces on their own can really just pick him out.
The wave's starting to push in here from both top and mid lane, so the bot lane siege will continue for Bandle City. It's about a minute and a half until we're going to see them
never move, finds down onto Reganin.
Flash in from our Sexy as he dominates and will find a Reganin. He's the only one in the back here, though, as our Sexy now getting pretty low, about to drop, still alive. He is found. It's a 1-for-1 so far as his team finished the siege. They found the turret, and the Nexus turret actually taken by the
So our Sexy trading his life for a Reganin as well as 2 towers, and it's a re-engage from BCB on this inhibitor. They say, hey, we don't want you looking over there. Come look at us.
Pretty low. Hope no flash here, but Frank flashing straight onto a Caitlyn trap. CGYM gonna get stunned. Turn and burn there.
Finished off by the Elder Dragon Execute as Agateo continues to scale, and one turret respawning. Low HP, of course, because they don't respawn full HP. But at the end of the day, Targon still stands.
That is the 3rd inhibitor, though. All 3 inhibitors down for Targon at this point, and it is a tower defense game now for the Titans.
Supers are coming through. And Frank on Ornn, not the best at clearing through them. Of course, Brittle does have those procs to be able to do percent HP damage, but it's going to be down to Minty and Agateo to burn these creeps out.
Minty's burn has found a lot of kills, which means a lot of gold here. All of a sudden, he was 2 and 7, now up to 6 and 7. He's really got a lot of items. That Seeger's arm guard, something important to pay attention to. But yeah, 20 seconds here until this Baron take, and we do see Bandle City walking up, hitting that blast cone, kind of clearing things out, getting things ready. 337 stacks for the Smolder. And this, it's kind of now or never if you're Agateo and the Targon Titans.
64 stacks on the Swain, less impactful stacking champion, but stacks nonetheless, as we have our pivotal Baron spawning. And look at this vision set up for BCB.
Yeah, they're right onto it. Minty is not here, planning to teleport in, but the fight has started without him. He's teleporting down into the pit. Mom gets called across Spinel. Ultimate channeled, chunked down low already, but CGYM finding Agateo on the back, and he stacks that little dragon. Turns him into a number, turns him into a statistic, and Minty will drop as well, and Targon is routed in the teamfight. Bandle City has won it. They're pushing forward. They're going to push through to win this teamfight. They're going to push through to win this game. Dragon is killed. It's a double kill for Hope. Frank on the last bastion for Targon.
He's still on the run. Frank, that tanky
it's
man,
an ace
topside, so much gold.
For the Buckaroos, and they will get on the board. They find the team fight, and they find a win. A long-awaited win for Bandle City here. They really deserve this one.
We've seen a lot of looks from Bandle City, a lot of angles that could have brought them to a win. But what it took for them was 4 weeks, and this is going to be the Bucks bringing you the first victory of the night.